Well, earlier we spoke to Ekurhuleni Emergency Services William Ntladi for an update on the plight of the fire survivors.
What a tragedy that's happened to all these people losing their homes in the past couple of days. And there was concern that things might escalate today because of the cold weather. So just bring us up to speed in terms of how many people have been displaced and what's the situation now?
Okay, thank you so much, and thanks for having me in the studio. Yeah, Emergency Services of Ekurhuleni, together with Disaster Management, yesterday responded out to this tragic fire in the informal settlement of Marathon. It's actually one of the few that we had, and we thought we got it right up to so far, because we have been having a couple of shack fires, but it was about 2, 3, 5, 10 at the most. But this time we had about 50 shacks that actually burned down yesterday. And as a result, we had about 110 people being displaced. And subsequent to that is that now we thank God for not having any fatality or any injury for that matter.
How did you manage that? Because I know that there's been some interventions ahead of these kinds of things.
Yes, definitely. Within the city of Ekurhuleni Emergency Services, we have established a link with the communities, different communities, moreover those who stays in informal settlement. Seeing that now emergency services is what you call a reactive unit. So we want to move from being reactive to be proactive. We have basically trained different community members on basic firefighting and the escape route and drills. And basically that assisted a lot yesterday when we had this multiple shack fires within Marathon Informal Settlement. There we do have about 13 community emergency response team members who actually assisted in containing the fire before it could spread. Looking at the material that is being used by informal settlement dwellers, that is an easy combustible material. So, and the wind yesterday was blowing very strongly. So the rate of fire spread was very high. The risk was very high. Looking at we do have about 2,500 shacks in that area. So, and 50 burned down. I think their intervention played a very prominent role. And when emergency services arrived, professional firefighters, then we managed to contain and extinguish that. So thanks for intervention of our initial team members.
Well, so this is something that really should be standard in all informal settlements, where you have trained people as first interceptors.
Definitely. That helps a lot. And we make sure that now we train them on basic firefighting, and we give them what you call a basic bucket brigade system. So we issue them with buckets. At least a household can have 20 liters container of water. Before they go to sleep, must have it full of water, because we know that now water is basically in those areas is centralized. So they have to go and refill before they go to sleep, and not only water, because not all the fires are extinguished by water. Then other flammable liquids like paraffin and petrol and whatever you can call it, it reacts with water. So we also give them buckets and encourage them to have sand, or soil every time. So if 10 households, they do have each 20-liter container of water, you've got about 200 liters of water, and that is prominent enough to extinguish fire on its incipient phase.
Are you still concerned? I mean, it is quite cold, so that a lot of people are going to be lighting fires to stay warm.
Yes, definitely. It is. We thought actually winter is over, but we were wrong, if I can say that, because now on the last hour, then the cold came back and everybody reverted back to warm themselves. So we're still worried about what is going to happen, and we would like to encourage actually all the residents, not only those from informal settlement, even from the normal formal households, whereby they do also experience a lot of fires. And we're saying that because of informal settlement, it's only one shack that involves the rest. But with other households, formal ones, it's much better. Hence, with the informal settlements, we're saying to them, when we build our homes, let's build it in a way of taking safety into consideration. We're saying 3 meters apart. Right. 3 meters apart means at least the fire cannot spread rapidly and cannot destroy many households. And in that regard, that is what is happening.
Yeah.
And
it's a difficult one when you're desperate and you just find a space where you can. Yeah. So what kind of assistance have you been able to give those that have been displaced?
So far, we have engaged with the disaster department of Ekurhuleni municipality and together with the human settlement department, whereby as we speak now, the plan is in place where we are going to basically start now cleaning up the area. And by tomorrow, 9 o'clock, the rebuilding of the houses should be in place, and we're anticipating it that now by Friday, all the people will be given a shelter. And we gave them basically, with the other stakeholders, food to eat, food parcels, warm meal, soup in the morning. Then we gave them also blankets, just to keep warm. Then, yes, engagement with the community leaders and engagement with even the ward councillor has taken place, and we have basically accommodated them in one of the creches there, and together with in the neighborhood, that now they can stay there temporarily, but definitely tomorrow the rebuilding of the shelters is taking place.